Yo, welcome to my review of Pokemon Journeys, episode 38, A Miraculous Restoration, the Fossil Pokemon. So before we get started, if you do end up liking this video, please consider maybe liking and maybe subscribing, that'd help me a lot. So as the title implies, this is about the boys visiting the Pewter Museum to look at the fossil Pokemon that have been restored there. They want to see a world's biggest Shieldon. And also Koharu gets dragged along because she needs to do a research project. They can't see the Shieldon because an exhibit is closed, but on the plus side, there's a fossil excavation where they get to keep one if they're able to find one. So of course both the boys like the sound of it, and they also drag Koharu along again. Team Rocket are there, and they have some fun banter between each other, but we quickly cut back to the boys, and they see the chief from the Unova region. But no, wait, this is the president of the Pewter Museum, and he looks the same. So it's just like Joy and Jenny, really. He shows them stuff like an Anorith claw, and he also appraises a footprint fossil that Ash found. It's just fun to see that archetype of character again, because he's exactly like the chief, and his enthusiasm even gets Koharu interested in looking for fossils. Team Rocket just plan to wait for the gang to find a fossil they can just snatch from a Pokemon it makes themselves, which I guess is pretty smart because they were digging for fossils themselves and they just weren't having any luck. It's great to see Go's Golurk here as well, as he and his Pokemon get really into looking for a fossil. We're at it all day, and this does lead to Ash and Koharu having some interactions, but they snap him out of it by the end of the day, and then he sees something else, and to his shock, it's not a fossil. But it's an old amber, and it can become a Pokemon anyway. So he spends the night at a Pokemon Center, which is pretty accurate to what we've seen before, so that's more attention to the detail that the series is great at. Unfortunately, Team Rocket messed with the machine overnight, but the gang all wake up as it makes a big explosion, and they head to a museum. The Pokemon is restored. Koharu notices it in the smoke. Ash saves Go from getting hit by it. They all pursue it into the fossil park, and they also get separated from Go, so Go's alone. Ash and Koharu stumble into Team Rocket, who call in the Gotcha Machine. The battle with it is fine, but that's mainly just down to Pikachu using Electro Web as a catapult to go blast them off with the Graveler that they called in. Go finds his Pokemon, which is an Aerodactyl, which we already knew he was getting from the opening, but it's really cool to see him actually try to reach out to it instead of just immediately fighting. But it flies towards him, and it actually KOs Raboot, and that blew my mind, because Raboot hasn't actually fainted as a Raboot yet, so Golurk has to fight it. Golurk stands pretty firm, and Go praises it and wants to make it his partner. He predicts what it will do, and he manages to put it down with a Hammer Arm and a Flash Cannon, when it tries to Iron Head Golurk. He runs up to it, and reaches out to it again despite Koharu's protests, because pretty dangerous, isn't it? Go understands how scary it must be for Aerodactyl to be in this new time, and it warms up to him. It calms down and Go captures it. And when he gets it, he lets out a huge cheer. Ash and Koharu are both pretty happy for him. Koharu even joins in back at the lab saying that she had a great time at the museum. And she's also got loads of material for her report. Alright, this episode was pretty good. I enjoyed it a lot. I'll start with Team Rocket. In terms of characterization, I really enjoyed them here. I love the way Jessie and James just interact in general this episode, but when James manages to figure out how to operate the machine, and Jessie's praising him for it, it's nice stuff, to be honest. Of course I'm going to call the Gotcha Machine trash, because it is, but I think they did a really good job in capturing the trio here in terms of personality and writing. Of course it's nice having Koharu join them, but it doesn't really feel like she adds too much to this episode. I think for her it was mainly about reaffirming the wonders of the world, which is admittedly kind of tiresome now. But we did get news today that makes it seem like she'll become a trainer soon. So hopefully we don't go another 8 episodes without her. The best thing this episode did was showing off just how much Go has matured as a trainer. He obviously wants a fossil for his goal, and he works pretty hard to find one. And when he's face to face with what he got, he really levels with it and manages to bond with it, leading to the capture. Now, there's nothing wrong with him beating up a Pokemon to go get one, but having a moment that showed just how much better of a trainer he's become was great. It's nice that he has a moment of excitement after though, when he gets it, because he's still an excitable kid. I think they did a really good job at just showing his development so far. We've never seen the Pewter Museum in the main series either, so that's a plus. This is a real benefit of a journey setup, and taking advantage of it. That only gets a thumbs up from me. I guess it doesn't really feel like Ash does too much in this episode, but there are some nice moments of him and Koharu, which, they're good to get her on more friendly terms with him. And you know what? He didn't really need a spotlight here, he just had the Alola episode. And well, this is just about Go and Koharu, I guess. I definitely enjoyed this episode a lot. I can definitely recommend it.